Hey, everybody, welcome to the Clean Finish Podcast, Hell in a Cell review for Sunday, October 25th, 2015. I am Blackjack here with Wise and Now.
Hi.
Follow us on Twitter at It's21Blackjack, at Wise and Now. Follow the podcast Twitter at Need Clean Finish. Got a pay-per-view, or I guess a WWE special to review tonight.
Before you start that,
okay.
Let's take a moment. 1 second. All right. Repeat those Twitters again and repeat the YouTube channel because I will get people that will ask me, like my thoughts on the shows and my predictions for shows and whatnot. Or people that may watch us here that still don't know about the channel, or just they don't take the time out to go on ahead and follow those links or check those links and follow those Twitters. So let's take a moment and let's follow those again. Say them again. Take your time.
At It's21Blackjack, at Wisa Now,
and most importantly,
at Need Clean Finish.
On Need Clean Finish, we do update you. I got you. I'm gonna let you do that. But we do update you when we are live with our podcasts, so that you guys can stay interactive in the chat of those podcasts. They're pretty easy to get to, and from there you can navigate your way over to the channel. Blackjack, finish them off.
And subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/channel/Clean Finish Podcast.
Or you can just type in the search.
Or just type it in the search. We come up. It pops up. If you just put Clean Finish, it'll finish you off a podcast. Just go ahead. So, yeah, we have a show to review tonight for Hell in a Cell 2015.
Yes,
8-match card, including the pre-show. You were saying something?
No, I'm just saying yes, we do.
Okay.
We have a pay-per-view to review here. Such an up and down one.
Oh yeah. This one was a little all over the place. So we started off the pre-show, and we're actually going to talk about the pre-show match because it was actually good.
Normally we skip it.
I want to talk about this one. This one we're not. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus Rusev, Sheamus, and King. It's crazy because they actually gave us this match on Raw, and you immediately just go, why do we need this match again? And we did it on the pre-show here, and it was actually fine. It was a pretty good match. The heels got a lot of the heat on. They started off with the baby faces getting the early advantage. Neville did a really cool spot on Cesaro. I think he jumped off his back and did like a corkscrew spinny splash. It looked really impressive.
Very Indies-esque. Very
super Indies-esque. Yes, it turned into like a PWG house show for a second.
That's what it was. Crowd popped for it.
Yes, they did. It was insane.
We got to keep in mind that they were in the Staples Center, and a lot of those indie shows are in LA.
Yes.
Me and Smalls experienced that when we went to SummerSlam. So a lot of Indies fans shows up for these pay-per-views.
Yeah. So just after that, the heels got all the heat on Ziggler, Rusev, Sheamus, King, Barrett, all taking in their shots and getting it in on him. Hot tag to Cesaro. Cesaro runs absolutely wild. The crowd pops stupid for him, and he just runs wild with these uppercuts. He goes and he uppercuts all the heels to the outside. He's just running all over the place. The crowd popped crazy for him.
Vince didn't hear it though.
Apparently Vince didn't hear it. He's too boring. It was one of the things that I commented on it on Twitter. I'm just like, he could be the best baby face in the company right now. I just watch him.
I'm starting to think that Cesaro might have like brushed past Linda McMahon the wrong way or something. This is mind-boggling to me how Vince just doesn't see this. This is mind-boggling to me. He has a personal gripe against Cesaro. Maybe, and I was thinking about this, it's probably because when Cesaro first came in, Vince wanted to push him to the moon. And it didn't work because he was boring at the time when he was with Oksana and the whole 5 language thing and the soccer.
To be fair, Oksana is very boring.
That too, but he was too, and he was terrible on the mic.
Correct. Yeah,
they actually tried to put him on it, so that didn't help. And I'm thinking maybe Vince stopped watching him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I could come up with, is that he stopped watching him at that point. So now that he's over, Vince doesn't see it because he's completely blocked him out for screwing over the fact that he wanted to push him when he got there.
Right.
That's the only thing I could come up with.
Which is stupid, because considering where he's at now, that's a moneymaker. I mean, right now, if you wanted to, you could make a t-shirt with Cesaro swirling in like a tornado, throwing an uppercut, and it would sell millions.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's essentially what he did in this match. He just ran wild all over the place, just throwing uppercuts to everybody. And I just kept saying, this is your best babyface right now. What are you doing? So yeah, afterwards, after Cesaro just, absolutely destroys everything, he gives Neville the tag, lets him hit the red arrow. They did a cool spot where Cesaro slung Neville over and did a dive onto the outside too before he set him up for the red arrow. Hits the red arrow on King Barrett because he is hot garbage. 1, 2, 3. Faces win in a pretty fun pre-show match.
After the match, the sign, Blackjack, the sign.
Which one?
Ziggler goes out into the crowd and gets a sign from a guy, a Cesaro section sign from a guy.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, this Cesaro fan also wanted to pay tribute to Dan and just say hi. He just wanted to say hi to Dan.
Yes.
Cesaro kind of no-sells the Cesaro section part of the sign, but Cesaro wanted to get Dan over. Vince had other plans. Completely cut to the backstage when he flipped that thing over when it said, hi, Dan.
Because, baby faces shouldn't be nice to crowd members and try to pay respects to some guy named Dan.
Oh, fuck it. Guy's getting over. Get the camera off him. Fuck.
Oh, no. See, he's trying to get over. He's boring. Nobody wants to know about Dan.
Fuck Dan.
That might need to be a new gimmick. Fuck Dan.
Vince officially buried Dan. Dan did nothing. What did Dan do to Vince?
I don't know, man. Oh, you know what? Because Dan is like Daniel Bryan.
You know what? He might have been saying hi to Daniel Bryan.
Hi, Dan.
Right to his beard. Oh. Daniel Bryan's going to come back with no beard.
Daniel Bryan may never come back at this point.
There's a possibility that might be true. Oh, we move on to the show, Blackjack.
Yeah, but yeah, fun little pre-show match there. By the way, should be noted, it looks like Cesaro's next feud is actually going to be with Stardust. They had I showed this on the outside. Stardust and the Ascension had a Stardust section or a Cosmic section or something like that in the crowd and sat and watched the match.
I didn't see that.
And they showed it very quickly as they were making their entrances.
Oh, no.
So get ready for a Cesaro Stardust program.
No.
Hey, you wanted new feuds. Ziggler is getting ready to get Breeze. Cesaro's going to get Stardust. Neville, who knows? But yeah.
Neville's going to team up with Cesaro. That's going to continue to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Here's what should happen.
Well, I mean, he is the Swiss Superman.
Here is what should. Oh, no.
They may do something stupid like that, Wiza. You know they will.
So it's going to be Neville and the superhero friends?
Yes.
God damn it.
Swiss Superman, Cesaro, the man that gravity forgot, Neville, and his evil nemesis, Stardust and the Cosmic Wasteland.
This needs to come to an end.
Yes, it does.
All right. Here's what should happen.
Go ahead.
WWE is losing their top 2 names in the company. They need to bring up top baby faces in order to draw and start making them. So you got Roman Reigns, you got Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, it's very apparent now he is going to be soon turning heel. It's very apparent, and we'll get to that when we get to that segment. But we need more faces, top faces, guys that can be top faces. Why not Cesaro? Cesaro should be in positioned to, at least with these two guys going down, not going down, but Cena and Orton not being there, you can position Cesaro as a number 3. Daniel Bryan's not there either. You can position Cesaro as a number 3.
He should be number 3 right now without a question.
Oh, shit. I just realized something.
What?
So, starting off the pay-per-view, we have John Cena with his U.S. Open Challenge.
Oh, boy.
And who comes out to answer his U.S. Open Challenge? None other than
Zeb Coulter.
Not Daniel Bryan, but Zeb Coulter.
Zeb fucking Coulter in a that moving wheelchair thing. A Zippo or something.
I instantly thought, is Jack Swag'em gonna come out here and get squashed in 20 seconds and then someone's gonna come out? Like, is that what's about to happen? But Zeb starts talking equality stuff.
Yes.
And I said, oh no, what is he doing? He brings out Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del fucking Rio. Of all people, I would have never in a million years. I will say, WWE kept this shit very quiet because I had no fucking clue. Alberto,
we were thinking more around Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Blackjack, here's the reason why it's not around Royal Rumble. Apparently, Del Rio is less boring than Cesaro.
Apparently.
I think that they're bringing him up now so that he can be the number 3 babyface. When Dean turns the heel, he'll be the number 2 babyface behind Roman Reigns.
Oh God, no.
Blackjack.
They realize they read
match and you'll see it. I'm sure you see it now.
Alberto Del Rio works better as a heel.
I know.
That is a heel guy.
I know.
If they think that Alberto Del Rio can be their 3rd babyface, he's going to be Bautista all over again. So not to that level, but it's going to be Bautista all over again.
Let's talk about this match. Should be fun.
I just want to say this.
I got the Apollo Crews smile on right now.
I just want to say this before we even start this match. This match went 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
With a clean finish.
I just want you to keep that in mind. 7 minutes and 45 fucking seconds with a clean finish.
With a clean finish podcast.
I need you to talk about the match first, because if I do, you talk about the match.
All right. Okay. No, we can do this rant. But before you do, because you want to talk about the finish of this match, right? We could skip the match.
Yes,
well, no, that's going to be included in what you have to say,
because the match is pretty worthless.
I only have one thing that I want to say, just for food of thought, when it comes to what you're going to say. Now, I don't know what I know the topic that you want to talk about with this match. I know the topic you want to go on about with this match, but I do want to throw just a devil's advocate at you real quick before you do.
Okay.
It's a very small one though, in the heat of your storm.
Okay.
I don't like predictable finishes.
Correct.
I don't necessarily agree with a match always having to end with someone's finisher. So with Del Rio winning this match with the super kick to the face with Cena down on his knees, it was unexpected to me. And at the same time, I was okay with it because of the element of somewhat surprise. Was I satisfied with this? No, because in the long run, this is John Cena. This is someone that I'm gonna stop there. You can go ahead, because I was just gonna go on what you're gonna say. I'm pretty sure that's where you're going.
I'm gonna skip this entire match because the work in it was not that great. It was okay.
You could very oddly paced as well.
Yes,
the pacing of this match.
I didn't understand. Right, I didn't understand what what body part Del Rio was trying to work here, what he was trying to do. This just felt like two guys that haven't worked with each other in a long time trying to put together a match and then just realizing, fuck it, go to the finish. Listen. 7 minutes, 45 seconds. Alberto Del Rio beat John Cena clean in
Is this
7
like
minutes.
a high squash?
It might as well be. In 7 minutes and 40
fucking around before you start saying that's not what a squash is, just fucking around.
It might as well be. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay? We've had this whole fucking United States Open challenge, right? Okay? He's gone up against Rusev. He's gone up against Seth Rollins. He's gone up against Dean Ambrose. He's gone up against Kevin Owens. He's gone up against Cesaro. Guys that he's put on 20-minute matches. Huh?
Sami Zayn,
Neville. He's kicked out of all of their finishers. He's been hit with that multiple times. He's been hit by Seth Rollins' Avada Kedavra, which is essentially the same thing as the move that he lost to tonight multiple times. Kick that man dead in his face, and he's kicked out of it. He is kicked out of frog splashes. He's kicked out of superplex falcon arrows. It's the number one thing I always complain about whenever I talk about these matches is that he kicks out
finisher.
Correct. He doesn't give two shits about your finisher, and he always kicks out of moves he has no business kicking out of. Zero.
Dude. Continue.
Why is it? There's no defense for this. He lost to a fucking kick.
Well, to be fair, that same kicked the title off of Ziggler and kicked him out of the main or the top tier ish for the rest of his life. So
yes,
apparently there's something to this kick. There's some history with this kick. There's some Wiza. But his name is Dolph Ziggler. His name is not John Cena. Yeah, and there's also the fact that kick has never put anybody away.
Never. Except for Dolph Ziggler. And you know what? The big thing with that one, too, was that the storyline going in was that Dolph Ziggler suffered a concussion. So Del Rio, the entire match, worked Ziggler's head.
Kicked him in the face multiple times in order for that to work.
Yes, this wasn't like he kicked him once. He kicked him multiple times in the face and put him out. He had a fucking concussion. Don't sit here and tell me that Ziggler is all of a sudden John Cena and that one kick put him away. No, he worked his head the entire match because he had a concussion. So it made sense that a kick put him away. This is John Cena, who hasn't been put away. He hasn't been put away by anything people would put him in. And you're telling me that this kick does it now? No, this isn't caught off guard. No. You know what would have caught? You know what caught Cena off guard? Zack Ryder doing a fucking 450 splash.
It definitely did not
never
catch since he positioned himself for it.
Correct.
So no, that doesn't work either.
Has Cena ever seen Seth Rollins do a superplex Falcon Arrow? Did he see that one coming too? Did he see Seth Rollins doing a frog splash? There are millions of moves that these guys have pulled out that they have never used in matches, and they use on Cena, and he kicks out of them every time.
Kicked out of.
And now I'm supposed to.
Kevin Owens.
But now I'm supposed to believe. That the element of surprise it works here because it's Alberto Del Rio.
No. They didn't kick out of multiple.
Fuck out of here.
They didn't kick out of multiple pop-up power bombs.
Multiple. 2 of them. And that last match they did, I think he kicked out of 2 of them. On top of that, wasn't it 2 weeks ago that John Cena got raked in the eyes? A move that was actually putting people away. Just raking them in the eyes was able to put people away. And Ziggler raked him in the eyes and then super kicked him, and Cena still kicked out.
He didn't kick him hard.
And then on top of it,
he didn't kick him hard.
No. But then after he super kicked him, he went and zigzagged him after hitting another dirty move near the ropes. zigzagged him. Not only did John Cena kick out of that, but then he popped up immediately afterwards and ate him. And won. So why is it now that all of a sudden, considering anybody, they could have picked anybody to have beaten this guy and taken the U.S. title off of him. Anybody. Cesaro, a guy who they were building up and had some major steam going for a little bit. Neville. They technically did give it to Seth Rollins, but he had to cheat to win. They give it to Del Rio, and they give it to him clean, and he beat him in 7 minutes.
Oh,
fucking stupid. What a waste of time. All that build for Alberto Del Rio's magical return in 7 minutes clean. It wasn't like he tried to break his arm and the ref stopped the match. You know what? That would have been a way better finish here. If Alberto Del Rio worked the shit out of John Cena's arm and got it to a point where John Cena doesn't tap, but that he medically just cannot continue.
Blackjack.
And they hand him the belt? What?
There's two things wrong with that.
Why?
One, he's not working as a heel. And two, he is now barred from using the arm bar because that is clearly Asuka's move. He can't use it anymore, Blackjack. It's no longer his.
It's also Becky Lynch's move, technically.
Anyway. Nah, fuck Becky Lynch. That's Asuka's move. It's not even her finisher, but damn it, that's her move. I just because I swear to God, if Cena comes back and takes that title off of him, just stupid, just so fucking stupid. Asuka,
what a waste of
greater than sign Del Rio.
Just what a waste of time. What a waste of time for this whole U.S. challenge for the guy that finally beats him clean to win the title to beat Del Rio in 7 minutes with a kick. So here's the gimmick. So here's the deal. This, what you're saying essentially here, if anybody isn't getting it, what he's saying here is this match should have gotten the same respect that all of his other open challenge matches got, and should have had an ending where Cena, who is bringing reputation to this U.S. title, I'm not going to say prestige because it takes more than just one person to bring prestige to a title. It takes multiple runs and for it to be held at a great esteem. But he's bringing good reputation to the title over and over consistently. It's been his benchmark since Mania. And essentially, we get a match with no fluff to it whatsoever. After all of the times that this title has been defended in what a lot of people would call top quality matches. Even enough to the point where blind people think that Cena is Wrestler of the Year. Yes. So now we have him in this match where he actually loses the title. And it's a nothing match. Essentially, it's a Stella style match. Yes. Where you get nothing. There's no consistency in that. And they were supposed to be doing much better with the title than that. Also, I don't understand what Zeb Coulter meant by my challenger is going to do more with the U.S. title than you ever did. What more can he do? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he can possibly do right now. Well, I mean, we'll see come Monday. Is he going to wear it around his head as a Scully? Like, what is he going to do here? Who knows? I will say this. I imagine this could be one thing. And the reason why they did this, they brought Del Rio back. And remember, there was that whole racist issue where the guy kind of went off on him. I wonder if Del Rio used some negotiating power there to come back and said, hey, give me a sign of like, you know, everything's good or whatnot. And, you know, things will be better. And he negotiated and got the U.S. title. Miles Olsen just blew this game. I find it funny that he left because of racist things, I guess. Yes. But they stick him with a guy
who's, if this is a word, a nationalist, like his gimmick is nationalism.
Who ironically has been racist towards him, yes.
And that as well. He didn't want Del Rio jumping over his border. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shall we move along?
Yes, we shall. But am I right? Am I right that for all this build up, all this time, it happens on a
lackluster way to drop it?
Yes.
It's not bad that he lost clean. It's not bad that he lost. It's just the fact.
I'm not debating that at all.
It's just the fact that they put so much into this run, and for it to end so lacklusterly, there's no payoff to all of that build. There's no payoff to all of that build. So no, you're not wrong.
It's the same thing with just to make one last comparison. It's the same thing with Taker and the streak. Mm-hmm. You build up Taker's streak all this time, and the guy that beats him is Brock Lesnar. And you know what he does, and it makes sense because it's Brock fucking Lesnar. So what does Brock do afterwards? He goes and he kills Cena. I know that there's still the aftermath afterwards to deal with here, but it's Brock Lesnar and he kills Taker. Taker gets off some offense too, but he dominates Taker at WrestleMania 30. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like he just kind of like happened to get off one move and just happened to beat Taker. No, he killed him. And from there, Brock Lesnar became the most feared man in WWE. Here it looked like Del Rio just happened to get a chance and won, which is strange because Cena, even with your best shot and the greatest opportunity ever, Cena still finds a way to win. So I don't know. But anyway, move on. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Hell in a Cell match.
That was next?
Actually, yeah, this is next. Yeah, I was shocked too that they put this so early in the card. But I the second that it happened, I just kind of knew. I was like, Reigns is about to win clean here, and there's going to be no interference.
Which,
sure enough, that's what happened.
Which, I guess if they really wanted to blow this thing off, it had to happen that way. I would have preferred some interferences, just some chaos. Now, don't get me wrong, they had a good match. This was a good match. This was much more than what I expected out of these two.
Correct.
But being as though this feud had so much interference on both sides, on both parties, I would not have mind for there to be interference in this match on both sides and have both interfering parties take each other out so that these two can continue to go and fight on their own. But we just completely excused that whole portion of the feud. We just completely took it out. And that was a very huge part of the element. It was always Roman Reigns. Well, it was supposed to be Roman Reigns struggling to get past the family. Well, what it should have been was Roman Reigns struggling to get past the family and finally get his hands on Bray Wyatt. But this right here is like an instant payoff. There was nothing for him to go through to get this win. It was just mano a mano. And like if Reigns like before the match in the back took out the family one by one,
fine.
A la what Austin used to do to the Ministry, just start taking guys out one by one. And then he gets Bray in there by himself and Bray's looking for help, but nobody comes out. You just see these guys laid out. There we go. That works for Roman.
You know who looks
that will get Roman.
You know who looks like a but you know what else is stupid about this? It not only makes Bray look like a chump, but it also makes me ask this question: what the fuck was the point of bringing up Braun Strowman then?
Yeah.
What was the point? Because if the point of bringing up Braun was that you finally had this big scary monster that Roman Reigns can't beat, and that he's supposed to be kind of your guardian, your black sheep, where the fuck was he?
Yeah. I mean,
they had that one match where he won via countout, which I thought was a stupid move because it completely illegitimatizes him as a monster. And then just, all right, whatever. Yeah, you want to talk to Bray? Fine. Yeah, we'll just stand to the side. You go ahead, talk to him. I don't care.
There was also the issue with fuck. You kind of made me lose my train of thought there.
Okay.
All right, you speak on Strowman while I think about what it was that I wanted to say here.
Yeah, Strowman. It's just frustrating that. They have Strowman there, and the whole purpose of bringing him up there was to be a roadblock for Roman, and they just completely sold the roadblock. It makes me. What's that?
I was gonna say they could have treated Strowman the same way that they treated Kane when he first came to help Shawn Michaels against the Undertaker at that cell match.
Mm-hmm.
Or cage match where Kane came in and pretty much threw Taker through the damn cage. That was Kane's debut as the big red monster. Have Strowman attempt something like this or now I know where I was getting to. So you have this match that's supposed to keep the Wyatt family out. You also had this match over a year ago where they were supposed to keep the Wyatt family out of a cage against John Cena. They got into said cage.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it was over the top, they still found a way to get into said cage. Here, we just flat out made no attempt. Hell, where was the singing kid?
Yeah.
Just something. I wanted to see something out of the interfering parties to make this a little better. But
right, because like Bray found a way to interfere in Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins match.
Yeah, he just fucking appeared.
Why does he all of a sudden forget I have a family or I have special powers when he goes up against Roman Reigns all of a sudden?
He didn't teach them
frustrating.
Apparently. He didn't teach them how to get into a cage with the lights off. But enough shitting on the match. This was a good match.
Well, the setup of the match. The match itself was actually fine.
This was a good match. I like the aggression from the both of them.
Yes.
Bray looked good. Bray looks good working from the top. I don't like Bray selling. I don't. No. I don't like Bray selling because we never really got a chance after Daniel Bryan. We never got a chance to see Bray strong again. So now all he does is sell. That's all he does is work from the bottom. But when
he doesn't look like a very strong heel.
No. With the exception of what he did later on. That's the only time but we're not going to get there yet. When Bray is working from the top, when they're letting Bray be Bray, and they want to build him as a scary monster, and they want to build the Wyatt family as a threat, that is when it looks best for Bray. So when he's being the aggressor and he's controlling the match, it goes swimmingly because now you're building it like, man, this guy really has to find a way to turn this thing around and get the upper hand. Talking about the babyface here. Mm-hmm. You're really looking for a way for him to get the upper hand. Even later on in the match, when we seen the finish was, but when we were getting to the finish and Bray's working on top, it's like, man, how is Reigns going to get out of this? He got Reigns pretty much dangling dead. That's how I like to see Bray. Have whoever the babyface is looking like there's no possible way. By the way, Heroes is coming back. If you're a fan of Heroes, there's no possible way that they can win. That's what I need to see from Bray. I really can't wait for Heroes to come out.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that part, but I haven't seen Heroes, so I wouldn't know.
Never seen the series?
No, I haven't. All I know is save the cheerleader, save the world, or some shit. With Bray, it's kind of frustrating to see him not having control. I mean, because when he does have control, he's great. You know, the Uranage slam through the table, I thought was a great spot.
That was lovely. Reigns was taking way too long, so it became predictable what was about to happen.
Right.
Like, oh, let me look. Am I there? Let me look. Bray, you ready?
Am I in the right spot? Mm-hmm.
How about that? You ready? No, come on. Just fucking get there and do it.
That's what took it out of the match for me at some points. I mean, it was the same thing. You know, I hate to always compare matches, but I look back at Dean and Seth last year. They just went reckless abandon, and they just went in on each other.
That's what you got to do, because that right there is what brings unpredictability to a match. Is when you just go balls to the wall. If you just so happen to make a mistake, fuck it, you'll live.
Whatever, yeah. Tone a cell.
And the only time where Dean and Seth took their time with something in that match was when they were coming off the side of the tape of the
that fall spot, yeah,
to fall onto the tables. They wanted to make sure they was in the right spot. That's understandable, because
you want to make sure you go through those tables.
On top of that, you want to make sure you don't hit your head in the wrong place, which can fuck
too.
But if you are doing spots that are like immediate bumps, like through a table, just get your ass there and go through the fucking table. Yeah. What the hell? Like, just that whole setup just makes it way too predictable. And again, I don't want it to sound. I'm mad that you started comparing it to the other match, but
which is why I said I don't want to, but I did.
Moving back to this match, I'm still going to keep saying that this was a good match for two young guys coming up. For two young guys coming up, this is actually a great match, because it puts, I want to say it puts more stock into them. I just to see Bray get wins that matter. It's killing me that he's not getting wins that matters. Mm-hmm. Because if we didn't get what happened at the end of the night, I wouldn't even say a word about this match.
Neither would I.
That was my forte. I said, until they start booking Bray correctly, I'm not going to talk about his matches. Later on in this show, they did something right.
Right. It's like I said, you gotta give your heels something here. And well, after the end of this match, it didn't look like he got much. Anyway, pretty physical match overall. For a Hell in a Cell match, I thought it was good. A lot of good action.
Need more cage. Need to use the cage.
Definitely needed more cage. There were some good points there with Roman and like the kendo sticks and whatnot, when he got two of them out and he was twirling them around like he was ready to ready to kind of beat Bray's ass. It was fun. It was definitely one of the better matches of the night. I thought overall it was good. I thought, if anything, it didn't feel like a blood feud like it was built up to be. But it was still a good match. You know what I mean? Where, you can watch a match, you could say, oh yeah, just kind of looking at it.
It felt like a blood feud for a PG show.
Yeah, like this match didn't feel like it needed to be in Hell in a Cell.
It could have just been a no DQ match, or
exactly. That's what I mean.
They call those now Extreme Rules match. That's what this could have been.
That's what this match felt like. It felt like an Extreme Rules match, not a Hell in a Cell match.
Which isn't bad. It's just, if you're gonna get in that cell, use the cell. Use it. Please use it. All right, moving on.
Next match, we have the Tag Team Championship match. The New Day versus the Dudley Boyz. No Xavier Woods, just Biggie and Kofi versus Bubba Ray and Devon. New Day come out and they celebrate their fallen hero. They talk to the Los Angeles crowd. Biggie's voice cracked during the intro, which I thought was great. All Los Angeles or something like that.
But then he got back on, don't you dare be sour. This unicorn thing is getting out of control. So what's the the L. All right. Or the point of it. I'm still not catching it. I'm not catching it because when they came out, I actually missed the intro. I think I was doing a quick review on the Reigns match. So I missed the beginning.
The whole unicorn thing is that unicorns are magic, and they're bringing the magic back to the WWE. Mm-hmm. That's why they claim that they're unicorns. So, they talked about their fallen brother Xavier Woods, and they said, "I need everybody in the crowd with your positivity, form a unicorn horn on your unicorn head." He was so convincing that I actually did it.
Did it work in the crowd? Did they do it?
It did. They showed shots of it. The crowd was doing it too.
Yo, these guys are faces. It's so simple. They're faces. Even though they still try to work his heels, they're just too over.
Yeah. They're way too over. Like they even had to try to get
lose momentum. They kick it right back up and do something different.
They tried to get their heat on LA, and then they brought out the fallen trombone. Kofi said that this isn't just for like the trombones and the brass section, but it's also for the percussion section. And tonight, in honor of the percussion section, I'm going to drum on Devon's head like a snare drum. And Big E is like, yes, and I will slap Bubba's tummy like a bass drum. It's just all out of control. They put the trumpet.
Two things. Even with Xavier gone, it still worked.
Yeah.
These two together still work. Not saying that Xavier isn't needed, because he definitely adds to this, but it still worked.
Yeah.
Damn it, I forgot my second thing, and it'll come to me. But let's get into the match, shall we? Or the Dudleys?
Quickly before we get there. So they put the trombone near the announce desk, and they tell Cole, "Don't touch it." Like they tell Lawler, "Don't touch it. Leave it there. Don't touch it." Because it's like paying memorial and tribute to Xavier Woods. And the Dudleys came out, and when I say there was zero reaction for them, there was zero reaction for these guys.
So where did they get more reaction? Did they get more reaction for the entrance or for their hot tag to Bubba? Did you
maybe the hot
tag? That hot tag got zero.
No reaction. No.
Zero reaction. Holy shit. So I wasn't.
The hot tag might have.
I was gonna say I wasn't off when earlier, like I want to say probably after the first pay-per-view of them being back, where I just said I'm not feeling these guys.
That's right. I forgot about that. Time out. We got to rewind back. When he said that after he said he was gonna beat on Bubba's tummy, Kofi said, "Yeah, he's Caucasian Kamala."
Oh yeah.
That does need to get over. So I had to make
that's too good. That's too good. Where do they get this stuff from? What the fuck?
They watch a lot of like old WWE stuff on WWE Network, I imagine.
The Caucasian Kamala. If anybody doesn't know who Kamala is, please look him up.
Just Google it. Kamala.
I believe that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kamala.
Correct.
Just check it out. Just please check it out. He just Bubba that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that hot tag was just about as cold as that entrance was. I mean, this could have been the Lucha Dragons coming out based on the reaction, and you wouldn't have noticed the difference.
No, this could have been the Ascension coming out, and you wouldn't have noticed the difference.
This could have been the Ascension coming out. They might have actually gotten booed. So they technically would have gotten more heat than them.
I was gonna say I love New Day's work. It's pretty much the same in all games, but at the same time, those stomps in the corner just get more ridiculous.
More effective.
More ridiculous in each. It's just stomping and stop. This went on for a good 3 minutes. Stomp.
That's it.
Stomp tag. Just working this guy in the corner, and then the drop kick.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by the Big E gyrations.
Yes.
These guys, man. These guys.
It's a staple move for them now, but I remember when I first saw that move and I kept seeing it, I'm like, that is a heel as fuck move. And this is before they added all the gyrations and everything in it. It was just, they would just stomp a guy in the corner and they just wouldn't let him out. And I'm like, that makes complete sense for a heel tag team.
Taking advantage of the rules.
Take advantage of the rules.
Stop it, ref. They're tagging in, they're stopping, tagging in, they're stopping. They ain't doing nothing bad.
Yeah, I have till 5. All right, tag in. All right, I'm gone.
Tag in, next guy, count to 5. Tag in.
Yep.
When they get finished with you, go to the corner, get swung over there, get drop kicked in your face. Now we're finished. They're gonna finish with they want.
They are great. So yeah, they hit the comeback, the Dudleys at one point, and then they do their get the table spot, and I'm like, oh right, New Day was gonna tease the was up spot, and then the Dudleys got their was up spot and hit it, and then Devon and Bubba do their get the table spot, but I'm like, you realize you're in the middle of it. Yeah, you'll get disqualified, you idiots. Why the fuck do you want to get the tables? Focus. So fortunately, before he could finish saying get the tables, Kofi comes flying in and drop kicks both of them at the same time.
Apparently that's what he does.
Yeah, he goes on for a while. They get ready to set up for the 3D. Biggie distracts Devon somehow, and then Devon clotheslines him over. Kofi recovers himself, hits the Trouble in Paradise. 1, 2, 3. New Day somehow retains. Oh, that's right. Biggie. They did the spot where Kofi brought in the trombone and threw it to Bubba.
Here, complete Ric Flair move.
And just flopped on the floor. It's just like
hard enough for the ref to hear it. Mm-hmm. It just started selling.
And the ref. Mm-hmm. And the ref was like, "You hit him with that trombone." Which, by the way, so the ref here thought that it could have been possible that Bubba hit him with the trombone and could have called for the match and made the decision not to do so. Usually, I guess refs have power again.
Usually they do call for the bell in that situation. And as a matter of fact, not only is that a Ric Flair thing, that is also a Dudley thing as well. Dudley used to do that all the time. All the time.
Yes.
So they took a page out of their book. Commentary missed that.
Mm-hmm. And then amazingly enough, the ref makes a decision to not call for the bell. So apparently refs have power again.
They can see this, Blackjack. They can now see behind their heads.
Yeah, but it took them long enough. I mean, shit, where were they for like all these other matches where the ref's decision doesn't matter? Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you where they were. They were at the Nikki Bella versus Charlotte Raw match. There you go.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And the Seth Rollins Dean Ambrose Championship match where, oh no, I got hit in the face, so now it's a DQ. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so they did that spot. Then afterwards, Biggie actually did attack with the trombone. And then, yeah, they did the spot outside, Trouble in Paradise for the win. New Day celebrate with the broken trombone. So it seems like the Dudleys are done. I can't imagine that they're going to be in tag team title contention anymore.
Well, they shouldn't be, but the question is, what's next for New Day? Do they do what I said that they should do and just give them time off? Not necessarily time off, but just, like they don't have to defend shit. Let guys fight their way up to get to them. I mean, New Day said they're keeping the titles forever. That's a pretty long time. Yeah,
that's a pretty long time.
They're going to retire with the titles.
They're going to retire from WWE and just still have the belts.
Could you imagine those guys, 70 years old, coming in with the belt, still doing their shtick? I can imagine. I can imagine the Biggie gyrating mad slow. Done lost about 100 pounds. I can see it happening. So it turned out to be a pretty fun match. New Day always delivers with the entertainment. So what do we get next? Did we get the women?
Yes, we did. We got the women after this. Are you ready?
I'm
Charlotte versus Nikki Bella.
Charlotte sucks right now.
The stipulation being that nobody can be at ringside. I'm just going to say this, okay? Normally, I completely shit on Nikki Bella. I think she is an overrated wrestler and that everybody gives her way too much.
A stipulation anyway. When did that become a stipulation?
Yeah, I don't know when that became a stipulation either. It just became one all of a sudden for this match.
Okay.
I'm going to start off by saying this. If anybody knows me, I think that Nikki Bella is completely overrated. I think people give her way too much credit as a worker. And overall, I just think she's very, very average. Very average. That said, she was absolutely great in this match, and Charlotte was hot fucking garbage.
Perfectly agreed. Nikki Bella in this match was not Nikki Bella whatsoever. Wait. All right, let me say this first, and then let me see how she managed to fuck it up. All right, Nikki wrestled a good style match. Her pacing was good. Her storytelling
was very good. She was strong, especially on the outside too. The storytelling of just working Charlotte's back, great.
Yep, and on top of that, even when she had to sell, she sold.
Yes. She
wrestled a match with good psychology.
She wrestled like she fucking cared tonight, and she was very good. She was great.
Until she goofed. She did one dumbass thing. Who does this? Charlotte goes to put her into the figure eight, and she can't because of the back. Right? Okay. Psychology storytelling. Nikki then reverses it, which on Twitter I called reversed it something. I don't know what I called it.
Reversed
it. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, this pissed me off too.
She goes to reverse it, which then puts the pressure on Charlotte,
which means but she still goes for the ropes.
She's on top now, which means that she has all the leverage in the world. And instead of using the leverage, instead of putting pain on Charlotte, she goes for the ropes to break her own hold.
Yeah, that was stupid.
She broke her own hold. Let that settle in. She broke her own hold, Blackjack.
Yeah. I know that requires both people to be on the same page here, but everybody knows this. When
for them ropes.
Yeah. Everybody knows that when you reverse the figure four and you flip the person on the other side, you're in control of it now. That has been something.
That's what the effect is supposed to be. Even though it's really not that way, it still may hurt. But the effect is supposed to be that you now have the leverage.
Correct. It just happened in Seth Rollins versus John Cena at SummerSlam. When John Cena put on the figure four, which was actually surprisingly very good looking once he finally got it in, and when Seth Rollins put him on his back, put him on his stomach, Seth Rollins had control. It's fucking simple. It's been a staple of wrestling since the beginning of time.
Well, not anymore, according to Nikki Bella. But other than that, she regained her composure.
Very, very minor quip. Outside of that, she was great.
Yeah, even after that, she got back into her work and did a damn good job. Charlotte was absolute stir-fried shit. Don't get me wrong. Charlotte sold well. Her offense was atrocious.
It was horrible.
I never seen such bad punches in my life. Her
punches were, oh my God.
Her chops were terrible. Her kicks, those stiff kicks, front kicks that she give, abysmal. Like what? Who was this person in the ring with Nikki Bella?
To be fair,
not this bad.
To be fair, Charlotte's chops have never been good. They never have.
Her ring work overall is never this
horrible. It's never this.
Never like this. If you go back and look at Charlotte's matches that people were saying could be match of the year, and some of the best.
No. Wait, because I was always the one thing that I was always adamant about with Charlotte. Because remember back at the time when you thought Charlotte was better than Sasha, and I kept trying to convince you Sasha was better than her, and Charlotte was sloppy. This is that instance. This is kind of what I'm talking about.
Like this,
she didn't wrestle like that. No, she was never this bad. But I always knew Charlotte
a lot more crisp in NXT.
Correct. But I always thought Charlotte was sloppy. To me, I always thought she was. But this was on like
this. You didn't see this.
I did not see this. No. Not at all. Those punches in the corner were horrible.
Even the punches on the mat.
The punches on the mat were bad too.
Everything she did was bad. And now I understand why in back-to-back matches with Nikki Bella, they had Nikki carry.
Yeah.
And if you look at any of Charlotte's matches, and maybe this is another part of the reason why they have all of these women stabled up, Charlotte just might not be that good on her own.
Well, that's think about it. That's why every single title match that they gave her in NXT was against Sasha. I mean, she had, what was it, like four title matches,
like Natty.
It was either Natty or it was Sasha.
So apparently, she might have the same John Cena effect. Whereas people think John Cena wrestler of the year because he's putting on such great matches. When in reality, it's the person or not even seeing that he's being carried by great people. Again, put him in there with Khali and tell me how he does.
Yes.
Essentially, it might be the same for Charlotte. She was in there wrestling with great women, and those were great matches. You put her in there with Nikki Bella, and let's see what you get. Nikki Bella dwarfed her. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Neither can I.
Put on a clinic tonight.
Yes.
I just said that. I'd never seen Nikki Bella wrestle a match this well.
No, never.
So for anybody that thinks that we just blindly despise and hate and rant, when credit is due, credit will be given. Nikki was great.
Yes.
Charlotte sucked.
Yes. Charlotte was hot fucking garbage.
Charlotte
was a leftover shit in the toilet.
So I'm looking forward to. I mean, Charlotte's got the title, so she's going to have her one-on-one matches. I'm looking forward to.
I want her to drop that title tomorrow.
I wanted her to drop it tonight. Like looking at that match
tonight too.
I want her to give it back to Nikki. It got that bad.
Yeah. I kept looking at the match and I'm like, Nikki's wrestling like she gives a shit. She's going over.
She was wrestling like she was a champion. That's how a champion should wrestle. Right there.
Where the fuck was this during her entire title reign? This was non-existent.
This is WWE at its finest. If you are a champion, you are a chump. When you're going for that champion, you're the best in the world.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this about Nikki Bella.
Yeah, neither can I.
We need to move on immediately before we get stuck with this.
Seth Rollins versus Kane.
Next match.
Whew, fuck, put together this match.
Next.
Because we're going to skip.
Yeah, we got to skip the next match too, right?
Yeah, so we might as well talk about one of these.
All right. Okay.
One more thing about that Charlotte Nikki Bella match before we go.
Okay.
I don't know what that spot was supposed to be where they did like
slam on the ring apron.
No.
That was marvelous.
That was brutal. Because it looked like she took it on her neck. But you can see like she just got her arms out to kind of brace it a little bit. No, the spot I'm talking about is that super top rope, superplex reversal shit. That hot pile of shit that they tried to do up there.
I'm looking like, okay, so Charlotte flipped out of it, but why is Nikki hurt?
Correct.
And why is she celebrating? All she did was flip out of it.
Yes.
I wish they would have showed a replay. A move like that, they usually replay 17 times before they move on to the next spot. They didn't replay this at all.
Because they didn't know what it was. What was it? Charlotte didn't even stick her landing either. She just barely got to her feet on the flip. I thought that was
she landed on her knees. She was on her knees. But I actually started to fill in the blanks myself. I started to convince myself maybe, just maybe, on their way down, Charlotte pulled Nikki's shoulders down so that she can hit her head on the mat. That is what I logically put in my head to cover this up.
Okay.
That's what happened, Black.
Yeah, that no sell of the. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that no sell of the Alabama Slam on the outside was really bad too.
Was it? What was the finish? Because That was the finish, right? The Alabama Slam. Then they got in the ring, and then pretty much
figure four.
The fuck?
Figure 8 and a sloppy looking one at that.
Not only was it sloppy, well, her supposed to be selling the back, but not only is it sloppy,
right, but she has Nikki Bella to like the side.
There was no transition into this move.
No.
This is essentially what happened at the last pay-per-view. You got worked, and then you catch a top rope move and then figure 8. Nothing was done to put Nikki in jeopardy for this figure 8. It just she got
the Night of Champions.
I think it was going for a suplex or something, and then she tied up her legs, got her down to the mat. Like she hooked her legs with her legs, intertangled them, got her down to the mat, and then she put in the figure 8.
This is Night of Champions all over again, where Nikki works her the entire match and then just pop up, win for no reason. It's John Cena wrestling.
By the way, we can compare this to Night of Champions, but at the same time, this was not Night of Champions.
No, it wasn't, because at Night of Champions, because Charlotte got 0 offense.
Even though Nikki was on top and she worked the leg, she didn't do much. She didn't do anything.
No, she didn't. She didn't. No, she was actually very stale in that match.
With this, she put in that work. Imagine if just went backwards, even though we were supposed to move on.
Right.
To Kane and Seth Rollins. So let's do that.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I had to make a point of that. But yes, Seth Rollins versus Kane. I don't know who put this match together, but whoever did, go back to the drawing board. I understand it's Kane, and they gave him 15 minutes here. Which, now that I'm looking at it, maybe they should have made this the 7-minute match and made the Alberto Del Rio John Cena match 15. But yeah, Seth Rollins and Kane, just there's only so much you can do with Kane. There's so many botched spots in this match. The big one being that spot where Seth Rollins is powerbombing Kane through the table. And I understand, Seth wants to be safe here, but I mean, Kane bounced off of that table so softly. Oh my God.
I have nothing for this match. This match just flat out sucked.
It just nothing about it.
Chemistry out of someone. There was nothing here.
No.
I guess the story they wanted to tell was that he can't keep Kane down. But so fucking what? This is a match that should have never happened.
Right. What happened to Kane being able to regenerate and shit? Remember when Kane was like no-selling a leg injury, and then all of a sudden his leg was fine, and
They called him Wolverine. Say he can regenerate. Holy shit.
He was Wolverine, though. That's exactly what he was. He just was like, leg's fine now.
Here's what's crazy. As much as they build up Undertaker as, he's aging, can he still keep up because he's so old now? Why don't they do that with Demon Kane? Because essentially, they're damn near around the same age.
Yeah.
Why are we acting as though Kane is forever young? It's okay to build up that he's getting old too and use that to go along with this match. Because if they would have used that as a catalyst for this match, okay, fine. Now, okay, all right. Now I can work with this. They're still acting as though Kane is in his prime.
He is not.
This match sucked. Seth Rollins won. Can we move on? Because we have nothing to talk about here. Kane is no longer, corporate Kane is gone.
Yeah, okay. No more corporate Kane, which means Demon Kane is going to be back.
We get more Demon Kane now, and hopefully, there's 2 choices to take Kane's spot, corporate Kane's spot. One being Corey Graves, who petitioned for it on Twitter. The second is my favorite for the position, which I called about 2 months ago, David Otunga. Can we get David Otunga with the mug?
Do you know there was actually a segment with them? I can't remember where it was, where they were actually him and Corey Graves were actually discussing together about the director of operations position. So
Wait,
could be very
David
possible.
on television and I missed this?
He wasn't like on television. He was on the network.
David Otunga showed his face and I missed this?
Yes. I
Damn
will send
it.
you a link afterwards.
Damn it all. I don't even know what the guy looks like anymore. Like, God damn it.
He looks like he's
Did he have
married.
oil all over him? Did he have oil on his face?
I don't think he went that far. No,
He wasn't smeared in baby oil? He wasn't just sitting there pouring baby oil on himself. This wasn't happening? All right, well, fuck you then, Blackjack. Moving on. We have Kevin Owens versus the Ryback. This match sucked. Kevin Owens won. Up next, we had the match to end all feuds. Blackjack. Maybe I lost Black Jackson. Let me check my thing here to make sure that he's not lost. Oh, he actually is lost. Here we go. All right, so I'm getting Blackjack back in here. And I guess I should go over to Kevin Owens' match a little bit and kill some time until he gets here. All right, let me see. No, I'm still in, I thought. No, you're not in, Blackjack. You're not. Okay, so let me talk about the Kevin Owens and Ryback match a little bit here and try my best not to bury it too much, but this match actually did suck. It was a match where Kevin Owens was doing the work more so as the seller. He was working from the bottom here with Ryback on top, which confuses me about WWE. In a sense, it doesn't. Yeah, you kind of got outed when I asked if David Otunga was pouring baby oil all over himself during this.
Oh, I said no. Relax. No, he's just Harvard close. So.
Relax. And then I moved on to Kevin Owens and Ryback.
Yeah, this was a match. Who cares?
I quickly tried to move past it, but then you weren't there, so I figured to talk about it a little bit until you got back.
Okay. What have you said thus far?
The finish to this match.
I mean, it made no sense, but sure, go ahead.
Because what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Peterson so beast. He's got to get away from the top speed.
Yes, he does. But it just so they do this spot and Ryback, Kevin Owens hides in the ropes and Ryback has to be pulled away, and then
I was thinking
Kevin Owens stays in the ropes,
trying to get him disqualified by because Ryback was just way too aggressive. He could have got DQ. Right, Kevin Owens but they didn't get him away instead of just taking a DQ.
Right, he could have gotten total heat here, but no. Instead, he just gets back in after doing that twice, and then just grabs him. Apparently, Ryback gets distracted by this, and then throws him into the ropes. Pop up powerbomb. Eat this pin.
Real quick. Did you see Amari Cooper's juke move that had the San Diego Chargers? I didn't see who it was. Number 27. He had this dude.
It was the Chargers. Yeah.
Who was it?
It was the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah. He had this dude slide a good 10 yards after that juke.
No, I need to see this.
Oh my God. That dude's ankles was in South Florida. You got to see that. I don't know how maybe you could check Raiders highlights. Todd Gurley's a man. Maybe you could check.
Yeah, Todd Gurley's been crazy.
Yeah, you could check out those highlights. That dude did the electric slide. It was bad. It was bad. He tried to get up his no-sell that quick. Nah, bro. Your ankles got clean. He got clean. All right, so yeah, and then out of nowhere we get the pop-up powerbomb if you didn't finish that off. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just saw.
Yo, did he slide or what? He got
like
That was
how
big.
did he juke him so hard? He did a sliding tackle into somebody else, into his own teammate.
Oh man. Hold on, wait. The Colts actually had a chance to win? Oh, nope, never mind. They actually gave away the fucking onside kick. I had turned it off at that point. So yeah, we have the main event of the night.
Boy, was it ever.
The Undertaker. This match saved the pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view.
From being.
By the way, before we start this, I do want to make note of one thing.
Let me finish this one.
Booking.
Okay. Let me finish. It saved this pay-per-view from being complete and utter toilet paper that you can wipe yourself with.
Yes.
That is all. Baby wipes. Mm-hmm. That's what this pay-per-view was starting to become. It was starting to become baby wipes. Go ahead.
I will say this before we jump into this match. Seth Rollins, this booking of him, he's the fucking champion and he came out first.
Against Kane?
Yes.
Sorry to hear that.
And
I didn't look
on
at the beginning of that match.
On top of that, he was also booked before the Intercontinental Championship match.
Well, to be fair,
I know
that was supposed to be the cool down match.
It was, yes.
Your Intercontinental title match is your cool down match.
Because
not only
Ryback.
that, but it was the cool down match to a complete and utter shit match. So basically, the people at the Staples Center had enough time to go take a steaming hot shit, which was presumably the pay-per-view, and wipe their ass with it. Baby wipe.
They could have taken a steaming hot shit.
Oh, they about to show the
and spent time on their cell phones.
Yeah. They could have went out there and this is what I did when I was at SummerSlam, when they had AJ Lee and Big E versus Ziggler and Caitlyn. I used that time to charge my phone. I seriously went outside of the not the arena, but outside to the concession stand and charged my phone. You had ample time to do this because you had 2 matches worth to do this with. If you missed your window, that's your bad, because you should have known that Seth Rollins and Kane was going to be baby wipes. We're gonna call it baby wipes. We're sticking to PG here, Blackjack. It's baby wipes, but you got to say it with the bass so that they know it's real. So now that we got that out of the way, the main event.
Undertaker versus Brock fucking Lesnar.
Even commentary called it. As soon as Brock music hit, they said, "Oh, the atmosphere done changed in here." Well, what did you fucking think?
Brock Lesnar, that guitar riff,
you got to experience it live. You got to experience it live. Just to hit this. Oh, and then you got that. And then you follow it with the Undertaker's entrance. Man, those people was in there for a treat. Yeah, just on entrances alone, these were 2 men, whereas the rest of the pay-per-view was watching PG Boys.
Yeah,
this was a match between 2 men. And what you really think about when you think of wrestling, that's what this was.
Yeah,
2 men with presence. They're mean. And if you look at the rest of the roster, you're like, there's no way that anybody else on the roster beats these guys.
Oh, yeah, no.
Why are they not champions? Doesn't matter. But they're in the main event. They are the main event. They are what sold, and I'm air quoting here, the pay-per-view. Not John Cena. When was the last time John Cena opened a pay-per-view?
2004.
long time. But this match, my God. I don't want to say it's like 5-star or nothing like that. I don't want to say it was like, oh my God. But
that was a blockbuster match, though.
Maybe because the pay-per-view was such baby wipes that it just made this match infinitely better. This was a good match. The thing that made this match so good is that this is what a culmination of a blood feud is supposed to look like and supposed to feel like. There's one gripe. Let's get the gripe out of the way because I'm pretty sure you had the same problem. So let's get that out of the way so that we can speak positively about this match. I hate Vince McMahon. Why the fuck is that doctor in there every 2 minutes trying to wipe the sweat off of Brock's face? Was that not annoying?
It was, yes.
Did that not take away from the momentum of the match for you?
It was annoying. It didn't kill the momentum, but it was very annoying.
The crowd was getting pissed. I don't know if you heard it, but they were booing every time that doctor got up on the apron. They were booing.
They were, which is why they cheered when Brock threw his ass.
I wanted Brock to F5 him through the top of the cage.
So Brock's just going to take a timeout from the match to, first of all, find a way to even get out of the cage, then drag him up there. However he can. No, Blackjack, no. While Brock is in the ring, he's going to F5 him through the top of the cage. Okay. Wow. That's so Brock's just going to break physics?
Yes. He's going to twirl him, and the guy is just going to continuously spin up into the air through the cage and land on Paul Heyman.
Wow.
Okay. Amazing. But when Brock shoved that guy said, you know what, you right. He never
I'm done.
came back in the ring.
Fine, I'm done. I'll see you later.
He said, fuck it. Vince is going to have to fire me. I'm not fucking with that guy. Nope. It just annoyed me that he kept doing, what was it, about 3 times? It's like, come on, these guys are in a cell. It's a blood feud that should end in blood. These guys want to take each other out. Brock said it on the podcast. I want to take him out. We're not getting in there to play patty cake. No, we're in there to fight, and I'm going to take him out by any means necessary. So, if blood happens, which is supposed to, let it fucking happen. What else do you think is going to happen when you're supposed to be in a cage, Vincent? Huh? So
they'll just cry tears or something.
So each time blood starts to jizz from either one of these guys' head, this guy comes in the ring until the point where the crowd's booing. Brock notices this, and he does what he has to do to make sure that he does not interfere in this anymore. Blackjack, take it.
So, yeah, this match was just great. Like, just from the get-go, it was, these two guys, like they squared each other up and everything, but then they just start slugging each other. It just, not even before blood even started, it just felt like blood feud. These are two guys who legitimately do not like each other. They hate each other, and they're going to go all fucking out in this match. It's great. Lesnar teased a bunch of suplex spots, and Taker kept reversing. What was the first spot that made Lesnar bleed? Because my feet actually
they went outside. They just got to the outside, and Taker just pushed them up against the pole.
Lesnar really?
Lesnar hit his head on the pole. But I said this before. Lesnar got that sensitive skin, and it probably came from UFC because he always bleeds from that one same spot. He did it at Mania. He's done it in the other Undertaker matches. That's the spot he bleeds from.
Huh.
I think did he bleed against Seth? I'm not
No. But the other Undertaker matches, it's always that same spot. So I think he just.
I was gonna say maybe he blade, but then again,
no, it wasn't a blade. It wasn't a blade.
Okay. Because he busted Undertaker open too.
That might have been blade.
Okay.
Because I think Taker wanted color, and when the doctor came in and cleaned up Brock, and Taker got him back down on the mat. Taker went right after that spot to get some more color out. Taker wanted that color. Like, nah, fuck Vince. What Vince gonna do? Fire us? No. Fine us? We got money. And he's gonna give it right back to us anyway. Fuck that.
Right.
Let's get some color in this. Which is what was needed. It was definitely needed. And it added. I don't know. Vince knows that it does, but it adds to the element of the match. It just gives it that last bit of oomph that's needed, that lets you know that this is real. These guys brawled. These guys had a hell of a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your technical match because that's not what you thought it would be. It was a fight.
No, we got tons of chair shots to the face.
We got stairs.
Mm-hmm. Stairs got thrown in there. Lesnar tore up the fucking. Yeah, Lesnar tore up the fucking ring after he got pissed off that Undertaker ate an F5.
Now, here's my question. Was that little slit in the ring, was that already planted there, or was that when Brock tried to throw the stairs through Undertaker when he was laying on the mat and the stairs maybe cut the ring apron a little bit? Or is that... I'm
not sure because the camera was set up a little too perfectly for this, where Lesnar just kind of looked down and he noticed it was there. So I don't know if it was like that at the beginning of the match or not. We'll have to rewind and watch it. But Lesnar just kind of sees it and he goes, all right, let's open this bitch up.
Again, just something to add more to the element of the match.
Yes.
It's what was needed. If you think that you've gone far enough, go further. These guys went through chairs, went through stairs, and now we're just going to tear up the ring because we want to make sure that this looks like carnage so Wiser has a good thumbnail shot. That's what they wanted here. They thought about me, Blackjack. They thought about me.
They did.
And it was just lovely. Now, did they do much with the exposed ring mat? Yes, they did. You got an F5 on the wood. You got a tombstone on the wood. You got a choke slam on the wood. You got everything.
Taker did miss the wood on his tombstone. Small complaint, but we all know what he was trying to do.
What the intention is. Yeah, they were using it. So they didn't just do it. If this was a Cena match, that would have been ripped up for nothing.
Yes.
It wouldn't have been used. They used these things here. Everything was used. They even used the cage. Not too much, but they used it. I loved it. I loved the match.
Same. So Brock wins with a F5.
This is a PG match, right? This is still a PG match, right? This isn't out of the realm.
Outside of the blood, yeah.
Is blood really not PG?
I mean, you know what they're going to count it as.
The reason for not bleeding isn't PG is because Vince just never liked blood. Vince didn't like blood or the Attitude Era. He did not like blood.
Right. It's not that blood itself is not a PG thing, but whenever it seems like somebody's cutting somebody open, they kind of hint away towards, hey, maybe PG-13 for that, But whatever, I don't care. I thought it was fine. Yeah, Brock F5s him onto the exposed the exposed mat, gets the win, pins his ass clean as a sheet. This is a damn hell of a brawl. It was good. It was nice to see that Brock actually started off with shoulder charges, he was actually fighting. He ended up going bare knuckle before he just went to suplexes. It was nice.
And they actually sold. Both of them after the match still sold
their injuries.
Yes. Brock did not walk back normal.
He hit the ground once he got outside. Heyman had to pick him up, and Heyman had to damn near carry him back.
Yeah.
Taker was giving him the look like, hey, one hell of a match. I for some reason, wanted to see a handshake. I don't know why. I wanted to see because both of these guys aren't heels. We know they're not.
No, you can't handshake
after
Brock hit the cleanest low blow of all time.
True. But
did you see how swift that shit was and how loud it was?
He hit with that because he hit that dude with a tiger uppercut.
That shit was a shoryuken to his balls.
That was Saget. That was Sagat.
Yes.
It was completely unnecessary. And I saw it coming a mile away from the time that Brock was like down on his knees. I said, yeah, here comes that low blow. He about to get his shit back. But the reason why I say this could end in that is because he ripped the page right out of Taker's book. That's been Taker's MO this whole time. So at least, Taker goes for the handshake, and Brock could do whatever he wants with it. I wouldn't have minded. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to see it. Not that it needed to happen or anything. It was just something I wanted to see.
If he did like a dick kick like Taker did, then maybe. You can't uppercut somebody's balls like that and be like, yeah, let's shake hands afterwards. Not like that. That dude,
he got his whole shoulder up under there. Like he completely. That
dude.
He uppercutted him so hard to his nuts. His fist could have hit him in the face.
Yes. I don't know if Taker ever wants to have kids with Michelle McCool, but those plans have immediately been permanently put to end.
Brock, you can tell Brock has been waiting to do that for the longest.
Yeah.
Brock has been waiting to get his punch. Now we know why Taker's been punching him in the dick. Now we know. Yeah. They've been setting up for this.
It's like, just wait. Just you wait. Just you wait until it's my turn.
You're going to get yours.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it. Man, that uppercut was vicious. All right. And that ended the main event match, but it did not end the show. What ended the show was Taker getting celebrated by the crowd, standing on his 2 feet, letting the crowd know.
Thank you, Taker.
Good. You get thank you, Taker. Drop down to a knee, getting ready to stick his tongue out and dangle it all over the ground, and cue the Wyatt music. Out comes the entire Wyatt family.
At first, when I heard the music, I was like, really?
I was thinking, like, is this going to be a way for them to bring in Sting? But what happened?
Yeah, I kept thinking the dumbest things were going to happen.
Yeah. I'm glad none of it happened.
Yes.
I am thoroughly glad. I was starting to think Brock was going to come back. And the more I think about it, if anyone came out there to help, essentially, it would have buried the Wyatts. Because no good would have come out of anyone coming out there to help. Because they would have helped.
Some people thought that I wanted Roman Reigns to come back out. I'm like, hell no. No. My point was that I don't understand why the Wyatts came out after Samoa and John Cena just beat Bray Wyatt.
True.
Like that was a huge hurt. But then after seeing what happened, I'm like, okay. But still, lost to Samoa and John Cena.
Good heat. They queued it up at the perfect time.
Yeah.
That good old heat. They attack Taker. Well, first they surround him. Luke Harper's back. His hair is flowing. I don't know if you took a good look at his hair, but that man, he damn near got a perm. Did you see how flowing his hair was today?
I didn't focus on it.
I don't know why I always notice people's hair. All right, so this was a good
hairstylist wise
abduction.
Mm-hmm.
This was a good abduction. They beat down the Undertaker, and they just took it. We didn't get a Sister Abigail. They just beat him down and they took him. Pretty much like what they did to Kane.
Carried him like a crucifix.
They also did this to Daniel Bryan. I said in the video that I did right after it that I don't want Undertaker to come back for Survivor Series and have like a team of guys such as Sting, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. I don't want that to happen.
God, no. No.
I don't want that to happen. What I do want is, since the rumors were that him and Brock were going to be taken
done for the year.
For the rest of the year. That's the rumor. But let's say it's true. Here's what I would like to see happen. And they can record this and play it whenever they want. You don't need Undertaker for too long. Just hold Undertaker for one more day. And just show video clips of the Wyatts with that gritty looking camera. Real gritty. Back in that Wyatt house that they had before they first came out. Remember when Luke Harper's directing them like, don't stray? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Leading them through the woods to the house. And locked away somewhere, you see the Undertaker. And they're torturing him. And they play different video packages of this for the course of a month or two. Maybe 2. Maybe 3 months, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up Undertaker and Bray for Mania. Where Bray finally retires the Undertaker. I don't want it to be Sting.
Yeah.
Bray desperately needs this rub. Desperately.
There can't be a nice ending for Undertaker either. No, this needs to be kill him dead.
Yes. And
none of this thank you Taker shit. No, kill him dead. No coming back.
You can thank him at the Hall of Fame.
Thank him at Hall of Fame. At WrestleMania, if he's gonna do this shit with Bray Wyatt again, kill him dead. No more Taker.
You will never see him again. Ever. I don't want to see him the next night on Raw saying, all right, I'm done for good. No. When Bray kills him dead, he's done. He's done. Maybe he comes back in 2 years or so in a regular Mark Calloway role. Not saying like a role going to continuously be on TV, but just if they ever need him to show up for, like how they have Shawn Michaels show up or how they have, Legends little thing, have him show up as a regular guy or American Badass Taker. Have him show up as that. The dead man should not come back after he loses to Bray at Mania, if that's where they're going. I like the end of this pay-per-view. It saved this entire this entire pay-per-view from being complete and utter baby wipes. And I'm looking forward to the next month because we know that the following 2 months after next month is going to be complete and utter horseshit. So Raw should be good for the next month. After that, fuck Batista. And where's HR?
Where the fuck was HR tonight for Charlotte's hot garbage performance? Where was HR when they let Roman Reigns go over so damn clean tonight?
Well,
good match, but still.
I'm finished with the review. Are you?
Where was HR when Alberto Del Rio got away with kicking John Cena for a clean win in 7 minutes?
I'm done now. HR was charging their phones like almost all of these people. That's what happened. Good night, everybody.